Dear friends in Dhamma, we have reached the last question and answer session of this Kalalgoda English medium retreat in month of March, end of March and end of the retreat. So we'll start with the written questions.
Avasara Bhante, we have received 5 reports today.
Right.
Report number 1, Most Venerable Bhante, sitting meditation. I sat down and observed the body. After some time, I felt the breath. It was subtle and became subtler. Then only the tightness was remained. When breath disappeared, sanya appeared. Suddenly, I felt that mind goes to another state. It is very silent. I was able to clearly see the thoughts. Mind came to breath and to that state from time to time. I can stay long time and it is a very happy state. Theruvan Saranai.
I can stay long time. Okay, fine. So you can little, in a way, be there, just dwell there for some time, and then you need to see what's going to happen next. So point is, you need to patiently be there. Can you maintain that state without falling asleep, without getting into another object, even when the breath almost disappears? And probably, as you said, it's a happy state. So this happiness now you can, in a way, look at objectively. Sukha patisangvedi asasisamiti sikkati. Almost like you have reached the Vedanānupassana level. So this happiness, this pleasure, this pleasant, comfortable feeling is another form of feeling. This is another feeling. So rather than identifying with it, rather than, indulge in it, are you able to step back and watch it objectively? This is not myself, this is a mere comfortable feeling. And there may be variations in this feeling as well. Some days may be available, some days not available, sometimes not available. Even when available, it may vary in its intensity. So likewise, now you are looking at it objectively and understanding its true nature, behaving, changing nature. So likewise, you can very much like observe it, so that we are now into the Vedanānupassana. We started with Kayanupassana, dealing with the breathing, and then we are naturally shifted to Vedanānupassana level, recognizing different feelings. Here actually the pleasant feelings, pleasurable feelings, comfortable feelings, and just they are merely pleasant feelings. And it can change then. It can even dilute, and ultimately you might reach a very comfortable but equanimous type of feeling. That's also possible. So likewise, look at all these things objectively. So that would be the next level.
The yogi wants to discuss further. Please raise your hand.
Yeah. Yes.
Report number 2, Most Venerable Bhante. Today's experience of sitting meditation. In the beginning, I focused on the body feelings as usual. After some time, my mind was like staying without doing anything. More likely, the mind prefers to stay without doing anything. Mind itself has attached to something. I observed it changing and releasing. I observed this process as a third party. After some time, I can observe that I am focusing on a wider area. Frame of the body became very soft. Clarity of mind also increased. Previously, it existed effortfully. In the end, it existed without much effort. Theruvan Saranai.
Can you start that report again a little bit?
In the beginning, I focused on the body feelings as usual. After some time, my mind was like staying without doing anything. More likely, the mind prefers to stay without doing anything. Mind itself has attached to something. I observed it changing and releasing. I observed this process as a third party.
May I know who has written it? Yes. Okay. Now, does that mean your mind prefers to stay independent without watching any of these? So, can you maintain that? Switch.
Sorry, I don't know. It's a laziness, so that that's why. So when I stay like that, it's my mind focus onto the body. That
Focus to the body.
Yeah, and
for how long? I mean, are you continuously focusing to the body, purposely focusing to the body, or after a while, mind lets go of the body and it becomes sort of independent?
So even if that I'm not that mind itself looking at that body feeling and that change, I can clearly see that body that is starting, processing and ending. That clarity is there.
So you mean the body feelings or any kind of other sensations available in the body? You can see how they are arising, changing, all that.
After some time, it's go to mind, and like that.
After that, once you go to the mind,
that when I don't have much body feeling, it's going to mind.
Right.
And I can see the perfection of that's body symbol as well. That Rupa, Sanya.
Sanya, they are coming.
They are coming. And in the end, that it's fail sleepiness, and I see that sleepiness also as a body feeling.
Okay, it's okay. It seems that now it's a kind of properly balancing. Say you were with the body, and now you have seen its arising, passing, and then you have shifted to the mind. So once you have shifted to the mind, there may be thoughts coming and going. That's also you understood. There may be, as you said, certain other feelings or perceptions, signs, that's also coming and going. And then you fall asleep, possible. But can you stay awake?
Not fall asleep, but I sense the sleepiness.
Sleepiness. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that it. Also, I look at as a body feel.
Objectively. Fine. So now assume that without falling asleep, now you don't have the body to look at. Now you don't have much feelings to look at. Don't have much kind of, say, images or anything available in the mind to look at. Nothing is there to look at. Can you just keep the mind as it is?
I tried, but again it's...
thoughts came in.
Thoughts came in.
That's okay. Let it come, no problem. But you know that they are going, no? Even though they come, they will go. And you trust that. You believe that, you know that, you are 100% sure about it because you practice that. Isn't it? It is not that you merely believing it, rather you know that. They are coming, but they will definitely go. So you maintain that understanding. They may come, they may go, but again you relax. So just relax for the moment, just be. Nothing to do. Once you arrive there, nothing to do, just be.
I am putting much effort that state.
No. Effort has to be balanced. If you are putting too much effort, you get into restlessness. Tanikara balancing thenna. Like clutch balancing. Very, very subtle clutch balancing. If you put too much effort, restless. Less effort, fall asleep. Now, necessary amount of effort without falling asleep, without getting to a restlessness, and even no thoughts, no images, just be. Just relax. Doing nothing. Very good exercise. Very interesting area. I mean, so once we arrive here, it's a matter of, properly balancing all these. You will learn the art, don't worry. So with time you will learn it, don't worry. Yeah.
Report number 3, Venerable Bhante. I discussed this yesterday at the Q&A. However, I feel that there is something from my end could be done to progress from the meditative state I am in at the moment. I have been maintaining the same state of mind for some time now. However, during day to day, I watch my mind and the defilements are noted then and there. However, this is not experienced during sitting meditation, as most of the thoughts are arising and passing away without giving me much time to analyze those. Day-to-day life, less worries, less attachments are realized. Thero and Sarana.
So, nothing to add. So,
I think she's unhappy that nothing is happening.
So you need some murukku to, ලොකු සානස කියන්නේ මොන හරි මුරුක්කු ටිකක් ඕන කපාපා ඉන්න. Probably chewing gum also not bad. So it's a matter of resting. Give a rest to your mind, to your heart. Just calm down. And basically, so that's why, I mean, we need to get involved with some activity in the sense. In the sense, that's why you can discuss, or rather, how to say, rather than discussing, say you can start another project now. Kind of a project so that you get little involved. Because the point is, we need to see how the mind reacts in a particular situation. Rather than simply idling, say, assume that you have to deal with others, you have to move with others, you have to talk with others. And when you are involving like that, how your mind reacts? Are you still capable of maintaining this unattached state, or are you again get agitated? Are you again get frustrated, or unhappy about people's behavior and all that, complaints and all that? That means still that. So these things have to come out. If we simply stay alone and just at this level, I am talking at this level, if we simply stay alone, doing nothing and not associating anyone, that's also not progressing, because we can't understand the situation currently underneath. So what is the state of defilements underneath? Because this is not visible. Currently I don't have lust. That doesn't mean lust is uprooted. Currently I don't have anger. It doesn't mean that anger is not available at all. Currently I might not be confused or deluded. That doesn't mean I don't have moha. Things are still available. So that's why we have to make some sort of an interaction with others. With those activities only, then we might see how even eye-making happens, how mind-making happens. Maybe you are dealing with someone and he may argue with you, and how you want to defend yourself, and you want to maybe protect yourself. Again, the self-view can happen. Likewise, so through the interaction, through all these activities, in a way we are learning about how our mind is reacting. This is essential. So therefore we will start a new project. So, yeah.
I am not arguing with anyone, because I know there's no point with arguing.
I mean, in Nissarana, that there are, shortage of ROs. Probably we can invite, Dinesha can guide you. I'm very serious. So actually here, even there are many, particularly the nuns, they come there, and they also don't want to associate. They want to live alone. They have to have their own private apartment and no associations. But anyway, asking the same question. every time. Asking the same question. Then every time I say, then one favorite very old nun is there. So every time I say, okay, please go and be with some young nuns. තරුණ මෑණිවරු ටිකක් එක්ක ඉන්න දැන් පටන් ගන්න. Can't you be with some young nuns? Then they will show you the defilements. You being alone and thinking that I don't have defilements, I don't need to argue, we can't buy that answer. So it's a kind of a living, it becomes a kind of a living meditation. Huh?
Recently I went for parties also.
Partying? I didn't.
I went for parties also recently.
Uh-huh. So how then mind behaves?
No, when I come back, I can't.
Good. That's right. That's what, I mean, we have to sort of season the mind in a way. Say you go with someone, you talk with someone, and quickly after the talk, can you quickly come back to the silence? So this is a test, no? Previously we can't, okay? We start thinking about it, analyzing about it. Why he told me like that? She shouldn't tell me like that. So I am so and so. So we were imagining, thinking, complaining. All that was there. Now how the situation? After the association, can I quickly come back to the inner silence? Then good, basically. So is there any further chatting going on, reliving of the past experience. Is it going on? So likewise, we have to look at how our mind reacts. So even when we are dealing with others, when they are complaining, when they are coming and asking this and that, so then how mind reacts. So all these matters actually. So therefore, find out how to recognize these different defilements, because we can't purposely arouse them, no. That's also difficult. So karmically, there may be something that we can get involved, and you can do something, you can contribute in a positive way, in a wholesome way. So you deal with them, but at the same time, you can see how even on little way, how mind is reacting. So therefore, find out some work, be with others, and deal with your mind while engage with those different activities. That way you can reasonably say how mind is reacting, or is it fairly stable now, even when I am with, say, day's work, for example. Say you are dealing with this thing and you are handling customers and lot of work to do. Even after that hectic work, can we quickly silence your mind? Then pretty good. So that's why, and again undertaking certain responsibilities, all these things really matters. So, not doing anything is also, there is no progress. Ape Loksanse used to say, "Peralene gale paasi benden natte කියන එක නේද?" So when a stone is simply stagnating, simply staying, there is no any kind of a refinement. But as you are in a moving flow, then it's a kind of a refinement also happens. So therefore, involved with some positive activities, wholesome activities, that will be helpful to your growth. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, Dilhara will be able to give her some projects.
Sure, definitely. So if Dilhara comes to this, she will quickly progress. Because a lot of things are there, many responsibilities, all are complaining to you, so you need to handle all this coming from the others. So you can look at how mind reacts. So you can shift the roles now.
Report number 4, Venerable Swamin Vahansa. Although my question is directly not related to meditation, I kindly request your views / explanation on Bhavatanha, Kamatanha and Vibhavatanha. With much merit, Theruvan Saranai Oba Vahanseta.
Yeah, the Bhavatanha is where that you are interested of becoming someone, or you want to be with something, so that always yearning for something. Currently I am not happy. I want that. I want to become someone. I want to become someone special. I want to become, say, so and so. You are driven by that ambition. You are driven by that motivation. You are driven by that inclination in the mind. So that desire to become. So it's always driving us. So that is how people are motivated, isn't it? Say when we are telling a young child, okay, son, you got to be a doctor. So we can motivate him. So he is imagining, okay, I want to become a doctor. I want to become a doctor. So that is the driving force. But when we practice Vipassana, so you understand, okay, is it available like that? Is there a inner motivation? Is there a such kind of a becoming inherently available? So that is, if it is available, then it is Bhavatanha in a way. So when becoming is there, then you want to become something, you want to become someone, and assume that temporarily, say for example, you want to take a promotion. Assume that you are now imagining about it. You are being promoted, how others are reacting, how you are getting an increment, blah blah, all that. So you may even imagine that state and live in that state mentally. So that is the bhava. So you have prepared a mental state. So artificial mental state being prepared based on bhavatanha. And you are living there. But this is a very fragile state. It's not a real state. It's very fragile. Ultimately it will collapse. Jati, Jara, Marana, all are there. So likewise, the bhavatanha takes you to a kind of a mental state, and that is a fragile state. On the other hand, Vipassana is that you are refusing the present state. You are not happy about the present state. You want to get rid of the present state, kind of hating the present state, maybe the present moment or whatever the state currently you have to deal with. You are hating it. You want to get rid of it. I want to get out of it. Kind of rejection is there. That's another desire. I don't want it. Another desire. That is Vipassana. These two are very much connected to each other. So you hate the present moment, you want to become something different. Hating one thing and expecting another thing. So they are two sides of the same coin like. So one helps the other. Both are very much present most of the time. The becoming process is what taking us again and again to the next life. Because when we are dying, we don't feel fulfilled, isn't it? So when you are dying, do you have all the projects completed, all your tasks done, or are there any unfinished business? Oh, you can say goodbye, I am done, very tata. Oh, you still desiring, okay, my son still didn't get children even though he got newly married. Still desires as a mother, as a grandmother. Still you are thinking, okay, still I couldn't become a Sotapanna even though I come to Kalalgoda so many years. All are desires in a way. So some unfinished desires are there even when we are dying. So those desires are available in the mind, so we die. So it will cause to have another birth. Sorry? Okay, on Karagan.
Yeah. If someone has a desire not to become, I don't need next. So that is it coming to the Vipassana? No.
I don't want to become anyone. I want to be no one. I want to be no one. It could be a someone. Kind of a puzzling situation, isn't it? So better be quiet, just I'm happy. I'm just in the present moment. Actually, we have to come to the present moment. The present moment living will sort out the situation, sort out the problem. It's not that I want to become no one. Still, I am imagining of no one state. Then no one becomes someone. So here I am happy. I am relaxing. No formations at all. No thoughts at all. No intentions at all. Then we have arrived that state. So with thoughts, with intentions, we can't deal here. Intentions and thoughts will take us always to the imaginary world kind of thing. Present moment is the most successful, most fruitful, rich state of our life in that sense. Which will give us all these potentials, fulfill all these potentials. Yeah.
Okay. Report number 5. Theruvan Saranai Bante. Dwelling in emptiness. Can you please explain the mind?
Sorry.
Dwelling in emptiness.
Dwelling
in emptiness. Can you please explain the mind states of Sunyata, Animitta and Appanihita Samadhi?
We would say very similar. We can't say they have big differences. The path is different. That's the only thing. Say, if you are practicing particularly on understanding thoroughly on the impermanent side, then you can't pick the signs. You can't pick the symbols, marks, because things are quickly arising and passing away. So whether it is red or blue or you don't know. You can't understand. Or whether it is, as I said yesterday, whether it is pleasurable feeling or painful feeling or equanimous feeling, you can't know because quickly they are arising and passing away. So mind is now unable to pick the signs. Without signs, it can't sustain its existence for a long time. So ultimately it gives up and ultimately it gets liberated. That's why we call animitta. And the other thing is, when you understand the suffering nature, currently also there is suffering, in the future also there could be suffering, and the past also there was suffering, so no point of desiring. So you become kind of desireless, so you are giving up, kind of desireless. Again the attachment is dropped, link is broken, and the mind get released, what we call the appanhita. Other thing is that you understand thoroughly in this whole process, physical process, mental process, there is nothing substantial. There is no any person, there is no animal, there is no being, there is no human or myself, whatever. There is no soul. So it's all, supported by various causes and conditions. So as a stream, it is flowing. Conditioned process is there. There is no any person as such. So when that understanding is coming, things become quite empty of a self. So that also produces or detaches the mind from whatever things, and the mind get released. It is called sunyata. So ultimately the result is very similar. The empty mind, or we can say released mind, liberated mind, maybe temporary, liberated mind. So that the result is very same, but the path are different paths are there. Any question? Yeah.
It's all Bhante.
Yeah. So those are the questions we have received. How about your state today? Did you put a question?
Savanasa, first one is mine.
Can't remember.
I missed the practice few weeks. When I come here, my mind was like it's very. There are a lot of thoughts.
Many thoughts.
Yeah, many thoughts, and I came with a lot of painful situation But after today meditation, those bodily pain goes away, and mind also relaxed. That I was experienced. I started from beginning. Then I feel the breath, and breath was become subtler. Then after within the I couldn't understand whether it is in breath or out breath, but I was able to feel only the tightness of the breath. Then within 2 breaths, I have seen that sanya.
Sanya.
Yes, like memories come as rupas. Then after some time, mind was silent, and thoughts appear, and I was able to see the thoughts. That was the.
Then, thoughts disappeared, or
yes,
still coming and going?
Coming and going, and
process is ongoing.
Yes, sometimes again breath appear when thoughts increase. Then again breath disappear and thoughts appear. I can't say fully
settled. No problem. So you need to practice further. Okay. Thero Sanai.
Bhante, even animitta, we can see when we are doing meditating, the things are changing very fast. Then sometimes you come to animitta samadhi, but later on, we can see the same times we can see the impermanence also. It
what
means
you can see what?
We can see how the things are like.
Coming and going?
Yeah, coming. That's animitta. coming and going, changing very fast. Then later on, once you come to the samadhi again, we can see how the things become
coming and going.
Shunnata. It means nothing. There is nothing. It's like a wave. The body is like a wave. Then that is shunnata.
Actually, there can be a kind of a such argument, like say you first achieve animitta, and then it's more like bends towards sunyata. That's also not a bad thing. It also can happen because say first you understood the transient nature of the phenomena, and later you understood, okay, it not only transient, it doesn't have any soul, any self. So the sunyata is also you understood. Fine, no harm.
Just like a wave. Body.
Okay.
Can happen. Now today I heard there are three ways, animitta,
right.
appanitta and sunyata.
Yeah.
That's what I don't know what is appanitta means, but
I mean, appearing things now like wave doesn't mean that we have come through the sunyata. This is how the experience, how you are interpreting. But you are currently maybe at the animitta level. While there, if you want to step back and watch the phenomena, they appear like a wave, fine, no problem. That doesn't mean that I have now come to the sunyata, but this is the present experience that I am interpreting different way. Sunyata according to the early Buddhist teachings, actually there it is particularly highlighting the non-self, where there is no any self, there is no anything belong to self. There is no a soul, there is no anything belong to a soul. It's completely a selfless kind of process. So this is how the sunyata is defined in the suttas. Sunyamidang attenava attaniyenava. Sunyamidang attenava attaniyenava means it is empty of a self and it is empty of what is belonging to a self. So if one understood that thoroughly, then mind get released, because he understood no point. Nothing belongs to me, and even there is no me.
One time Bhante established that one. Established that
state?
Yeah, one time Bhante told.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. So whatever the state that we have arrived, we need to dwell there for some time.
Yeah.
Then only it becomes a samadhi. Otherwise, it's a very feeble, very weak, momentary kind of experience. We can't say it's animitta samadhi.
Yeah.
For the samadhi, for it to reach animitta samadhi, that means we have to spend there for some time, considerable period of time, so that effortless way you can stay there, and you are there. Mind becomes stable and it is there. Previously, thoughts are coming, you are removing them, another thing coming, you are removing them, another thing coming, you are removing them. Very much like you are maintaining this cell-like thing, which is empty, which has nothing, which has complete emptiness, or no signs. But coming and things are trying to disturb. So a little bit of activity is still there. You need to safeguard this. But later, all these things are, diluted, gone away. Now you can safely stay there, effortless way.
Yeah, there is another thing, Bhante. Sometimes when we are meditating, the thoughts come, we don't drag there. We just come and go. It's just waving. But there is another time, thoughts come, it's smudge. It's not just, we don't cling to that, but it's smudge and goes. It's little different to the other time.
Mm-hmm.
Can happen. It's smudging.
Can.
Yeah.
Smudging means, what do you mean?
It is not...
not disturbing, but...
It's not disturbing. It's not really... In my mind, it's just come and just like slowly waving, but not. There's another one. We don't catch the thought.
Correct.
Just come and go. Just come and. This is like slowly smudge.
Yeah, various forms can happen. Various forms can happen. Yeah. So our duty is to settle ourselves. Our duty is to simply settle in the animitta state without picking any signs. So let me calm down, let me relax. So they may come and try to sort of tempt me, but I am not getting deluded. So they pass away.
Yeah, but then thinking whether it's going to Bante's Dhamma talks, you say when can happen to sleep and all, look at it very thoroughly. Then with this smudging one, I'm just thinking whether I'm going to sleep. I'm thoroughly looking at that.
It can, yes. Because because there is nothing to do, no? So since nothing to do, easily we might fall asleep. Possible, definitely possible. So that's why, so if we fall asleep, now we need to again wake up. So this is waking up to this emptiness is necessary. Because that is the situation in any samadhi typically. So the samadhi state is very, very soft and very subtle and maybe soothing. So easily we might fall asleep. So slowly we need to abandon that tinamidda part also. Keep the mind awake. So kind of a refinement we have to do. Then we are not getting to any drowsiness, any lethargic state. Rather fully awake, but no wavering samadhi is also there. And this is also a kind of pleasant samadhi. Not you stuck strongly through effort, not like that. So the Vipassana, the beauty is that it's becoming more and more effortless. It has to become more and more effortless. In an effortful manner, you are holding something and keeping the mind stable. That is one state. Another state is you have nothing to hold, but effortfully maintaining that emptiness, another state. Have nothing, but effortlessly maintaining that state, it's another state. Like quite different stages we can recognize. So to become more and more effortless way, things are there, and you are also very much like relaxing, would be much better.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, if there is nothing more, we'll wind up the session. So today I have two sharing of merits. 31st Sunday breakfast was offered by Miss Tanuja Krishnaratna, right? Krishnaratna, Ganga Krishnaratna and Mr. Buddhika Gunaratna with family and friends to offer and transfer merits to their mother, Mrs. Nanda Disanayaka, who passed away 1 year ago, and father, Mr. Cyril Krishnaratna, who passed away 23 years ago. All these merits are offered to Venerable Bhante and all the yogis. Theruvan Saranai. And then lunch dana to bless Mr. Tudor Dias on his 79th year of life. Wish him good health and happiness throughout the year and ahead with the blessings of the Noble Triple Gem. So those are the sharing of merits we have received. And we have spent, most of you have spent almost 3 days here, spending fair amount of time looking at the minds, understanding the Dhamma, trying to practice living according to the Dhamma as much as possible. All these merits we'll share with all the celestial beings, all the past relatives, and whoever in need of merits. And we wish these merits help us also to understand the Buddha's teaching and to live with it and to be free from all suffering. We'll recite the traditional verses. Ettavatacha amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiya. Ettavatacha amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiya. Ettavatacha amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhiya. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu sasanang. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga mahiddika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakhantu desanang. Akasattha ca bummattha devanaga mahiddika පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු මම් පරං ඉදං වෝ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ ඉදං වෝ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ ඉදං වෝ ඥාතිනං හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්තියා ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්තියා ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ සතං සමාගමෝ හෝතු යාව නිබ්බාන පත්තියා සාදු සාදු සාදු